The makeup industry is one of the biggest in the world. From country to country all around, makeup brands are growing and expanding to fit the needs of every individual. Whether someone is buying from the drugstore, a specific brand store, or a high-end store, the options are endless. Cosmetic brands have run into problems such as faulty eyeshadows, non-inclusive shade ranges for foundations, and a big one, testing on animals. There are a lot of pros and cons of testing on animals, but in the end, animals are the ones that suffer. In the United States, animal testing is not required by law, as it is in China. Because of this, all American and European cosmetic brands must test their products on animals to assure that they are safe to be used on humans. China's cosmetic market is worth over $26 billion, so it's reasonable that brands would want to expand their market into China. Products that are made inside China are not required to be tested on animals, just ones that come from outside of country lines. There are plenty of brand options in stores today that are not tested on animals. Inexpensive brands such as e.l.f. and more recently CoverGirl, the biggest makeup brand in the world, are cruelty-free. Going cruelty-free not only helps animals, but it's helpful for yourself. Most cruelty-free products are also vegan and do not contain harsh chemicals. The more natural the makeup, the better it will be for your skin. People tend to go cruelty-free for a number of different reasons. To help age slower, animal rights, and sometimes family sickness. After a family member got sick, Allison Owens quickly decided she wanted to change her beauty habits to natural and cruelty-free. After a lot of time spent researching and trying different products, everything from her skincare, shower routine, and makeup is cruelty-free. She has felt that it's made a big difference in her life.
I tend to use either cruelty-free makeup products or vegan products altogether. My favorite brand for vegan is Root Pretty, and it's an Iowa-based makeup company, and there's about 2 locations right now, and they're slowly expanding, but there's been like a rise with organic products and everything like that, so I think it's really important to research what we're putting on our skin, how it's absorbing into our pores, and how it's affecting our health. And a lot of makeup products do tend to have chemicals in them. If they need to be tested on animals, then obviously that means that there's maybe something wrong with them that's going to cause humans to have a reaction. So I tend to do a lot of research on things before I buy them, and I want to make sure that what I'm putting on my skin is health beneficial or not going to deteriorate my body. Also, I used to have really bad skin as a kid, so I tend to look for organic beauty products as well, for face washes, moisturizers, all of those kinds of things. So I started using Young Living, which has essential oils infused in all lotions, all beauty products, shampoos, conditioners, and that's really helped me and my skin to clear up, and it's really been a good switch and transition from all of the products you can get at the drugstore. I started doing that after some of my family members started having some health problems, and realized that it's not only mentally refreshing to know that you're putting some good things on your skin, but also it's just like physical appearance is a lot better for me, and the makeup seems to last longer, it lasts through the day. It doesn't have a lot of weird unknown names on the back of the ingredients list, so that's always refreshing to know. I also really like using cruelty-free, just because I know that as a dog lover and other animals, obviously I love, I don't really like the idea of thinking about them going through hard times and being abused just so that we can have makeup. I think that there's a way to make makeup that's not going to harm other animals or people even. So I think it's really important to consider what you're buying before you buy it, and to try to use products that are good for not only yourself but other animals out there. And there's always an alternative to a brand that you really like. So even if you really like a brand, if they're not practicing cruelty-free policies, you can definitely probably find the same eyeliner or the same mascara, the same foundation in a different company that might even be better than you were thinking the original one that you wanted to buy was. So I think it's really important to just do your research before you buy things and make sure that you're getting quality products.
What we put on our skin matters, and right now, there is a lack of regulation in the industry. I started Beauty Counter because I believe there is a need for change. We want to educate consumers so that they have access to better information. We also want to provide a solution. When creating our products, we never choose approximately 1,500 potentially harmful ingredients. We want to give people access to information that allows them to make better, more informed choices to protect themselves and the ones they love most. We believe our story is best told person to person, and we made a very conscious decision to sell our products through the power of people. We think that all of our independent consultants feel an enormous sense of pride being part of a movement for better beauty. We would never be where we are today without them. Beauty Counter is a movement. Join us in getting safer products into the hands of everyone.
My name is Jolene Dreyer, and I am a senior consultant with a company called Beauty Counter, and we focus on getting safer products into the hands of everyone. And we're founded around, almost 5 years ago now, and have since exploded across the country. And not only do we focus on safer products, but we're also a B corporation, and so we stand for things that are ethical, sustainable, and all that jazz. Our mission is to get safer products into the hands of everyone. And like I said before, we were started around 4 years ago, almost 5, and we're based out of California. And really, we strive on safety and testing our ingredients for safety and making sure that those are performing as well. And so we back a lot of different studies. And then as a whole, though, our company is direct to consumer. So we have a few different ways that we sell product through a company. You can go through a consultant like myself, and I have my own website. People can come up to me. I talk through my friends. I can kind of help them find their products. You can also just buy through our website. You don't even have to go through a consultant if that's something you want to do, and many people do. We also have really great partnerships, but then we also have pop-up stores. So we're in Nantucket. We're about to open up in New York, and those stores are places people can go in off the street and purchase products that way as well. So started to dig more and more into this industry. One of the biggest things, for me, is that once you know better, you do better. And so once you learn that information, you really can't unlearn it. So again, we totally kind of flipped over our products. We found products that were safer. That being said, that's how I found Beauty Counter. That's how I got involved with it. I guess for me, it comes down to there are two misconceptions. The first being that products that are cruelty-free and products that are quote unquote, safer, cleaner, don't work as well. And that's, for me, I quickly learned that they do work really well. They oftentimes perform better than products that I was using before I soon switched my products. And so I think that's, for me, is the biggest misconception, is that the products don't work. And I think if people just gave it a try, they would soon realize that sometimes these products even perform better. I also think the second misconception for me is that regulation stifles business, and I think actually we're seeing the opposite, in that companies that have more regulation, companies that are quoted to be cruelty-free and cleaner, are actually performing a lot better than some other companies, and they're standing out from the crowd because of their own regulation they've set on themselves. And so I think we're just only going to see that explode more and more.
Friggin' dog.
More than 60,000 dogs are used in labs across the United States for testing. These dogs, typically beagles, are kept in small cages and are used because their skin and other physical traits are close to humans and would react the same way that human skin might react to products. Many dogs end up dying from the testing that they are put through. Brands such as Revlon and L'Oreal are known for their use of beagles. In 2017, 42 beagle puppies were rescued from cosmetic labs. Many of these beagles get rescued and are put into shelters that help treat the issues they may have contracted from the testing. Close to home, Basset and Beagle Rescue of the Heartland is located in Omaha.
Basset Hound Beagle Rescue of the Heartland, and so they are all about rescuing Basset Hounds and Beagles, and they're absolutely incredible. The founder, her name is Kathy, and she has just been such an advocate for not only rescuing and adopting animals, but also that cruelty-free aspect of it. Some of their biggest fundraisers that they throw, are super great. One of them is this like bingo event, but when you go there, there's just tons of information that they have available for you to learn more about cruelty-free products, and especially with beagles being like one of, I guess, the top, at least dogs that are tested. And so she's just a constant advocate. She's seen some really sad stories, but she turns it to be positive and makes it really empowering for others to switch out their products. I know for them, that was one of the first organizations that we started to get involved with was BBRH, and they were so adamant about cruelty-free products, and they're just all about their education there. And so that has probably been the biggest source of where I've learned about everything is from them. And yeah, they're just a really great rescue.
If you're wanting to go cruelty-free, look for the Leaping Bunny logo on the back of your products. This video was meant to be informing and not intended to change anyone's minds or opinions about the makeup industry. Here are some brands that still test on animals. And here are some brands that do not.